Good morning, dearest one. It's a lovely, peaceful, still morning now. We had heavy rain yesterday, so the grounds had a good soaking. And I'm just in this peaceful little spot, my bird table and this beautiful big tree, and possibly my most favourite piece of music. It's Beethoven's Piano Sonata number 8, played by Daniel Barenboim, and it's the slow movement, which I can just about play. Well, I live in hope. But if you're having a lovely break, then jolly good luck to you. Because I think they work you too hard. Right, so I haven't had much sleep last night. But that's all right, I can catch up another time. You're right. It is a completely life-changing matter, meeting someone else. For both people and the rest, for the families involved and everything. I do have an older brother in London. He's in Harley Street, which is the top private medical street in London, and he's a top sports injuries. That older brother of mine, he's 3.5 years older. Keith, he's called Keith, Dr. Keith Bush, number 6 Harley Street, in fact. And he's been there many years and is very well off. And tragically won't speak to me. He also had a broken marriage way back in 1981, and I had a nice flat in St John's Wood, and I tried just once, their marriage was breaking up, to speak with his then now former wife, to be, conciliatory or something. And he thought this was betrayal on my part. And he came round to my flat, and I had an old cassette recorder with a tape. And I had Caruso on that tape. But my brother came round, and I recorded over my Caruso. So I'm afraid I always cry with that particular Caruso. And he wished me dead, my own brother. It's so sad. I've tried and tried and tried to keep in touch, but he won't. So that was over quickly. What's next? I've got these 2 machines, and I get one to get it off YouTube, and then I record it on the other one. Oh, this is nice. I love this one. This is Malika. Oh, I love you, my angel. I like this one. Miriam Makeba. She was known as Mama Africa. Singer. She's died now, but at a good age. Bum, bum, bum. It's a lovely, peaceful spot where I am. Because of this lockdown and coronavirus and everything, there are very few people and cars or anything about. So the birdies are much more bold, and they've been playing on the road here, out there. And they come here and feed. I've put feed out for them. Digestive biscuits they like. Come and demand it if I forget. But I don't forget. the way I see these things is that God's the boss, and if it's His will that we have made contact somehow, as if by magic, and that we fall in love with each other, and then sail off into the sunset to live happily ever after. That one. I've already looked up a ring. I like platinum, I'm afraid, rather than gold. I'll send you a picture. I'm quite impossible. I'm just making myself absolutely plain. So you don't have to worry about that. I know about a broken marriage, obviously. I know about my own parents and my grandparents and so on, who had beautiful, fine, strong, stable family setups. So I know what that's about too. It's one of the reasons I'm so strong spiritually. I'm a very strong spirit through my family. Here we go. I love you, my angel. That's what it's in Swahili. Malaika. She sings better than I do. Here she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next song comes from Tanzania. It's a song in Swahili, a love song. It simply says, Malaika nakupenda malaika, which simply means, I love you, my angel.
I've always had this thing about Russia, actually. I looked up Kasparov, and of course he's been very much got into politics in his later years. He's younger than me. He's only 56 or something. But possibly considered to be the best chess player of all time. Sorry, I rambled. He also read the Gulag books when he was young, which I did, and I was very affected by the suffering of the Russian people, as it were, and so my spirit has always had this thing about Ruskaya Dusha, Russian soul. And I've just been listening to a little bit of Russian speaking on YouTube, or anyway, and it's a very attractive language. I find it, in the same way I love French. I speak French. I'm musical, and I just love the sound of French. I cannot stand the sound of German. I still can't stand that, even though I love Beethoven. He, of course, was German, born in Bonn. They're troubled about money. Haven't got enough. Can't get married then. No money. Woo! Love conquers all, eh? Oh dear. Yes, I've spoken to many people about you, and get various reactions. And one is most definitely to be cautious, actually. But no harm will come if for whatever reason I've got it wrong and this is not going to work out, then, well, that would be something, I suppose. as I have already said, I've pretty much reconciled myself to a celibate life, actually, with God, essentially. And I get on with my life in that way. I just haven't looked at all for a relationship. I love people, and then you've come into my life in a distant way at the moment, and poof, my spirit has just latched onto it like a I don't know, whatever. I love you, my angel. Yeah, I love music. I love things of beauty, and especially in human behavior. As I've said already, I'm sure, I love, this is lovely too. This is verse 16 from Psalm 139. It says, all the days of my life were ordained before one of them came to be, which is impossible, isn't it? Because God's got it all organized even before we do anything. Clever old God, hey? Now, oh, I'm just rambling on. Nice to have someone to ramble to. There we are. I'll let this one play out, and then that's enough of me. As I learn to land, and upon I see, the heights now remains with me. I know this one very well. Reigns grace ordained for me. To be. So if it's written in God's book that we are to sail into the sunset together, then so be it. There we are. That's what I think. Coffee. I have normally a tea first and then coffee. And then depending on the day I do tend to drink something or other. Not to excess, but I do drink a bit, which I shouldn't do. I've got this, well, I don't even think I've told you yet, actually. Acute heart failure. I have to take pills, I'm afraid. And it's not just drinking that's done it. There are other reasons, not the least of which is that my whole life has been on its head for 30 years. I've been crucified by my former wife and the English legal system, and I've battled on through that, and I'm still battling, actually, but not so you notice generally. So here's to hoping that things will work out between us. That would be wonderful. DOS for Daniel.